Today's podcast is sponsored by The Vegan Kind. The Vegan Kind is the UK's #1 plant-based supermarket with over 5,000 products in stock and next-day carbon-neutral delivery. The Vegan Kind has got all of your vegan shopping needs covered. They're a vegan family and team, and their mission is to make plant-based living effortless for everyone. From daily essentials to those hard-to-find vegan items, they have everything from over 200 vegan cheeses, meat replacements and dairy alternatives to cruelty-free beauty and household cleaning with all the top brands you'd expect. Shop at thevegankind.com this Veganuary and beyond. Hello and welcome to the podcast. It's time for our second special edition. Now, ordinarily we talk to great chefs, bakers and cooks about fun things to do with an aubergine or whatever. But today we're doing something a little bit different. Today my guest is a businesswoman, TV luminary, author of a series of cookbooks under the umbrella Feed Me Vegan. There's no comma there. She's a brand ambassador, fitness guru, charitable wonder. In short, she is the diametric opposite of me. You've got the tiniest sliver of overlap in our Venn diagrams, and that's being vegan, but she's the amazing Lucy Watson. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, no, thanks for being
Thanks
here.
for that introduction. That was quite something.
Well, I should have also mentioned that you're a dog owner, because I think they're going to feature and star.
Unfortunately, because my lovely husband isn't here, one of my dogs is super attached to him. So I might actually close the door and shut them out, and that will help everything.
It'll be fun to see if that makes it better or worse.
Maybe that makes it a bit better.
So here's how today works. You get to pick roughly half a dozen foods that you love, and they can be full-blown dishes, they can be snacks, they can just be simple ingredients. You tell me why you love them while I try to respond with appropriate levels of enthusiasm. Okay, I do get carried away. I can be like your dogs. You know, I can overdo it. What's the first thing that you're going to choose?
So anyone that knows me, whether they know me on an good, intense level of years of friendship, or whether they just briefly know me from following me or whatever, will know that I have an obsession with mac and cheese. And I used to eat mac and cheese every day before I was vegan. It's one of the only recipes probably that I was really good at when I was really young. And then I managed to veganize it when I went vegan. It was one of my first priorities. And did you go through a sort of period of mourning when you went vegan? Yeah,
for mac and cheese.
That was the one thing I did relapse on in my first 2 weeks of being vegan. I went to an event and they were handing out mac and cheese for free. And
if it's free, it doesn't count. You can't.
And the thing is that, as you know, as some people know, cheese is literally addictive. So just the smell of it, it was doing something to me.
Yeah.
And as soon as I ate it, I felt so bad. And I actually kind of felt like it was a bit rich. But yeah, it was the first and only thing that I really kind of relapsed on. And then since then,
I think everybody has that moment where they kind of fall off the vegan wagon.
Yeah.
Like in those first couple of weeks.
It's not a relapse, is it? Because it's not an addiction. But
no, it's
kind of
Yeah. A moment of weakness. We all have them, and we have to forgive ourselves, Lucy. It's important.
I know. I think everyone has situations like that.
So how do you do your mac and cheese now?
So it's the same when you make the sauce. It's the same recipe of mixing butter and flour together. But you just use vegan butter, which is just has the same effect. And then this is Cody, the naughty one. Okay. And then just heaps of vegan cheese, but you can do it in more kind of healthy ways as well. There's so many different ways you can do it. You can use nuts. You can use nutritional yeast. You can use vegan cheese. It depends. But I find that the vegan cheese gives the most realistic alternative.
Sure.
And
the benefit of people listening to this podcast, you are being photobombed by your dog in the most magnificent way.
My dog is quite literally scratching me. Excuse me, can I help you? What's wrong? He doesn't understand why I'm just talking to myself.
Maybe he thinks you're having some kind of an episode, it's kind of
he's very concerned.
Is she okay? She's just just talking aloud in the bedroom.
He's only a puppy, so I think he's a little bit like, what is going on? But yeah, the macaroni cheese, it's so easy. There's so many, vegan friendly pastas as well. I love to use the actual macaroni just to give that real sort of homely, nostalgic sense of,
I was going to say, is this
days.
is this a childhood thing for you?
Oh yeah, it is. Like my mum raised us on mac and cheese, fully raised us on mac and cheese. So it was, we ate it every day. Even at one point, because I was so fussy at school, the school actually put mac and cheese on as a daily recipe so that I could always have something that I liked to eat, because it was, I needed to eat, and I was so fussy and stubborn, so they always had it there for me.
You alluded to your sort of fussy eaterness.
I did.
So
yeah.
I mean,
I've got better over the years.
We asked for about half a dozen. Are we going to struggle to get up to that? I mean, how limited is your range?
I can talk about food all day because I love food so much, and obviously I'm an avid cook. And I'm just someone who has always just, been passionate about food. But the foods that I love aren't that healthy. So perfect. I was trying to think of my
welcome
list
aboard. Welcome
for this, and I was like, God, I'm going to sound so like I just love like junk food and stuff. But I squeezed a few healthy ones in there. So
to be honest, anyone who's listened to more than one episode of this podcast will know that, as far as we're concerned, frying is the golden secret to all food. Everything is improved by frying. So
yeah, of course,
you're safe here. This is a safe space.
Okay, amazing.
You can get rid of all your wheatgrass shots now. You can just go for the good stuff.
Oh my God. Ugh.
Have you tried a wheatgrass shot?
I have. I used to have them. In LA actually, before I was vegan, I did some filming there for a few months, and I got into it, but I don't know if they're different out there. They taste not as nice over here. Maybe they put sugar in them or something, but
maybe they literally just use grass here.
Yeah, I think they do, and it's not a vibe. Yeah. Although, I do buy into the whole healthy shots thing. If I'm feeling unwell, I will just do everything. I'm like, okay, I'll take every shot, ginger shot, turmeric shot, whatever.
Do they work?
I don't think so.
I think you have to believe. That's the whole point.
I do in the moment, because I'll believe anything.
Yeah,
Everyone hates being sick, and I'm like, I just need to get over this. So I'll do everything. But whether actually, maybe mentally it helps you.
Well, you know about the placebo effect.
Yes.
Did you know that even if you tell someone this is a placebo, it still works?
Really?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Sense?
You can literally say to someone, I'm giving you this.
Yeah.
It's a placebo. It's not really got any discernible medical impact. It's just a placebo. And people take it, and it will still work. It will still have the placebo effect, even if you tell people.
The mind is very, very strong. Very strong.
Yeah. Until you get to mac and cheese.
Yeah, of course. Weak. Yeah, very weak.
Okay, what's your next dish?
So my next one is pizza.
Yes! Okay. Come on. I'm loving the carb loading so far. This is awesome.
It's just like, I mean, my husband will know, like, we have pizza a few times a week, just because we both love it so much. And like, it's just, there's so many amazing vegan ones now. All the different like pizza takeaway. Before, when I first became vegan, it was like that it didn't exist. And now it's like I've got to try them all. I've got to have them all. There's too many to choose from.
Okay, so you're more of a kind of, I need to know all the pizzas rather than having the one that you just keep.
I do know the one that I like, which is the Pizza Express one.
Which one?
I make my own, so I'll get the Pizza Express margarita. Classic, and then I'll get mushrooms, olives, and sometimes I'll put like jalapenos on it or something. Sorry, he's peeing. Sorry.
Oh my God.
He was actually needed me for a reason. Okay, baby, come on. Out you go.
We're taking a natural break here on the podcast to let Marley. I mean, on a personal level, I really feel for you.
Seriously.
On a professional level, I live for moments like that. That
hilarious. Was just, we've literally just had brand new carpet fitted in the whole, but he was scratching me, and I thought he was scratching me. That's just me not recognizing that he was trying to tell me something.
It's fine.
That's my bad.
We've had so many guests pee on the floor on this podcast. It happens all the time.
So sorry.
No, don't worry.
Where was I at? I was talking about pizza.
You were talking about Pizza Express, and you had black olives, jalapenos, sometimes, and mushrooms.
Yeah. And
nice.
that's about as exciting as it gets. I don't really love all the fake meats. My husband does, but I don't know.
Is that a general thing?
No, just on pizza.
Okay.
Just on pizza. But there's loads of other ones as well, but that just happens to be my favorite of the now.
That's your go-to right now.
Yeah, I think it's really, really good. Yeah.
I got to ask you, pineapple, yes or no?
Oh, I love pineapple.
On pizza?
Yeah, I do.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Thanks for your time. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know why. I love the sweet and savory mix.
Okay.
And I love it in like a sweet and sour as well, pineapple.
I did a pizza last week, right?
Yeah. Where did you get it from?
I made my own, right?
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
And I went out there and I thought, this sounds mad, but it was something that we'd had in this podcast. I think one of our very early podcasts. Someone was talking about they got given it was like a sort of a amuse-bouche thing at a posh dinner party.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a black olive, a piece of cheese, and a piece of, I think, dehydrated orange or something.
Oh.
And they said it was just this amazing flavor combination because you had kind of saltiness and just all these kind of flavor notes.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, fine. So I did this pizza and I had capers, red onion, black olives, and mixed peel. Like candied mixed peel. Yeah.
Oh.
And you're like,
that's very unique.
It sounds insane.
Was it good?
It was really good. It gave it this kind of aromatic, slightly sweet, slightly floral, citrusy thing with the black olives and the cheese.
I love black olives on pizza.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Like, I do judge people who don't like olives.
I approve of you judging. We're quite judgmental on this podcast.
Yeah.
Well, I am. Everybody else is all like, I'm not going to yuck your yum and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
well,
no.
James, when I met him, didn't eat olives, and I tried to make him eat them so many times. And then I waited for an occasion when I was with a friend of mine, and I told her that he didn't like them, but he'd never actually tried them. And the peer pressure was what did it. Perfect. So then obviously he was in this scenario where he felt embarrassed, and he was like, okay, she was like, just try it. And he did. And then since then, oh my God, he's obsessed.
Amazing.
It shows you can't knock something until you try it.
Totally. And every relationship really is just about the slow, systematic changing of the other person.
I know. I'm helping.
So cool. I know. Improve it. It's an improve it. And every man is a fixer-upper. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and so women as well.
Yeah, some of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I think back. Yeah, maybe. So let's have one more.
Okay, one more food that I love.
Yes.
I'll pick an acai. Is it acai bowl? Yeah, acai bowl.
Okay.
I love acai bowls. I actually had one last night, even though it's freezing cold. There's something about them. They're just so delicious. And when you're cozy and warm in your house, just the combination of like the cold and the warmth, and it's just something really delicious about them.
Are you just trying to claw back a little bit of virtue?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. It wasn't my next, but it was an option.
You're right. I got to balance this out.
I've got to. I do love them. They are up there. I do get cravings for them. So
how do you do your? I've never had an acai bowl, but I've had plenty of bowls of cold slop with dried fruit on.
So in London, there's quite a few places that do them.
Okay.
Obviously here it's like, I feel like everyone is like delivery obsessed. And I just get them. They're pre-made, but it's acai, and I think it's pure acai. Sometimes people mix them with frozen bananas. But then you get, it's the toppings that are important. So I get a layer of peanut butter.
Okay, now I'm in. Yeah,
and then chia seeds and blueberries and banana. And it's really good. You can get granola as well, but I personally find that a bit too much. So
that all sounds great. Maybe just don't bother with the acai.
Yeah.
Just have the peanut butter and granola.
What makes the acai so good is the peanut butter, to be honest.
Few things are not improved with peanut butter.
I know, it's so good. You can eat it from the jar.
In fact, do you know what? we're going to have a quick break, and it's going to illustrate one of the best things you can do with peanut butter.
Okay.
We'll be back with Lucy Watson's favourite foods after this. Oh, hello, it's me again. I just wanted to say that if you're new to the Vegan Life podcast, well, we've got a stack of shows for you. When we're not doing this kind of special, it's a podcast all about vegan food with fun roundtable discussions between some of the greatest chefs in the world, from the experimental foodie bloggers.
My mum made a vat of Bisto for every single meal, but would then stir like a huge tablespoon of peanut butter into the gravy. Makes it creamy. It almost makes the gravy taste like a nut roast.
So come and break bread with people with the same values as you. Why not subscribe now and check out all the fun stuff that's waiting for you? Lucy Watson, we're going to find out more of your favourite foods in a second. But first, what do you hate? What food can you just not stomach?
So as I said before, I'm a very fussy eater. And I do dislike a few really random things. I really can't eat onions.
Oh, really?
Really can't.
That's limiting.
It is, because a lot of vegan alternatives, especially in, like chain restaurants, have onions. So it is very limiting. And I think I do annoy a lot of people, because being vegan is still annoying for a lot of people anyway. Yeah. And then to add in, I don't eat onions. Is like, are you serious? So yeah, onions are just a no-go for me.
I feel like there are about 4 recipes in the world that don't start with first fry an onion.
I know. I
mean, you name it. Soups,
and my
curries.
books don't have many onions in for that reason, because for all the other, onion haters out there, want to, do something for them.
We talked to Josie Clements, who she won't cook with garlic or onion. She's a vegan chef.
Garlic, I can't. I love garlic.
Oh, you love garlic? Okay.
Love garlic.
Okay, well, if you can do garlic, that's fine.
I just swap onion for garlic, but to not have garlic or onion, that is quite limiting.
Her argument was that it's too easy. It's too delicious. She's like, the smell of frying onions. You only got to fry an onion, and everyone's like, "Oh, what's that you're making?" Yeah. She says it's too easy. I'm like, why try harder? But it's like the smell of frying onions, like, because I think I'm so acclimatized to it. Like omnivores are so acclimatized to like dairy that they almost can't really taste it. But you can taste onions in a complex dish.
I can, and it's I can taste them, and I can also feel them, the texture of them.
Okay.
Something about them, the sliminess. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just when they're really, really crispy to the point where they're basically ash. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. But
a bowl of charcoal for you.
Yeah, because sometimes people put like the really crispy. Yeah. That to me is not even really food, but the sliminess. It's. I think it's a phobia actually.
Yeah.
Thing.
But I mean, there are some. I mean, texture is so important, because I can't take okra. If I had to answer that question,
it would really?
Because it's just that kind of.
Do you not eat courgette then?
I do, but I have to roast it quite aggressively.
Okay.
Generally.
Yeah. Interesting. It's weird, but everyone has their thing, don't they? You can't judge. Everyone has their things.
Well, we can. We do. That's what
we all do.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm judging you right now.
Everyone does.
Okay, let's get back to the good stuff then. No onions for you, but what would you like next?
Love a vegan burger.
Awesome.
I do love a vegan burger. And again, in London, there's just so many different kinds, so many different brands.
Now, do you like it simple? Like, before we get on to which burger.
Wait. Sorry, I had to sneeze off camera.
You can imagine I was like, what's the dog doing now?
You can't catch that through.
Actually, let's start by talking about which burger. Like, do you know Beyond Meat obviously is going great guns?
Yes, I actually invested in Beyond Meat because I do believe in Beyond Meat quite a lot. But I don't actually like their burgers.
Interesting.
Which is really weird. But I think for me, when I was younger, I didn't eat animals because of the ethics behind it, but I didn't actually like the taste of a lot of animals. So there's something about the way that Beyond Meat have quite literally replicated.
It's a little too uncanny. Yeah.
It's just, I mean, I get it. I do get it why people would want to, but for me, that wasn't the reason that I ever ate meat. It was just, I didn't really love the taste. So,
sure.
So I like Moving Mountains burgers.
Okay. Yeah, they're good.
They're really good. And I love Neat Burger. Halo Burger is a great one. They're my faves, I think. Have you ever tried either of them?
Neat Burger is, I think I went twice in 1 week. Not gonna lie.
It's so good.
I have no regrets.
If I'm in that area, I will get it because it's a little bit too far to deliver to me.
Is that Lewis Hamilton?
I think he must be somehow involved, but I don't know if he's. I don't want to.
I didn't see him flipping any burgers.
Yeah,
I don't think he's doing
but
that.
I think he's maybe an investor or something. But I could be completely wrong. But I think the way they've done that is so clever, and you know, it's just easy, isn't it? It's just fast food. The way they've done it is like very McDonald's vibe with the tray, and like they bring it all out and milk.
It's like a diner. It's got that proper kind of American diner feel. I think it's great. Yeah. I mean, the burger is such a small component of a burger. What do you like on your burger? Do you go for cheese?
So no onions.
No onions. Obviously,
I'm the girl that will send her order in and say no onions, and I'll even call up to be like.
Do you do it in that voice? No onions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll actually be really, really polite. I'm like, excuse me.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Do you mind?
That's every vegan though, isn't it? I'm so sorry. Is there any? I'm sorry. Is there any?
Yeah.
Is there any milk or anything in this? I went into a provincial fish and chip shop yesterday, and I asked to see the onion rings packet, and they were very nice about it.
Oh my god! Well,
I could feel the judgment.
Yeah, I mean, fish and chip shop is slightly different. I'm not sure if I thought you were going to say you went into a fish and chip shop and asked if they had vegan fish and chips.
Yeah, no, there was not a chance. Not a chance.
What was I saying? Yeah, so
no onions, but what
no
do you
onions.
have on your...
I love when they have they'll take like a whole patty and they'll kind of split it into quarters, and then they'll put like cheese in between the layers.
Oh.
And then they have I love all the sauces, ketchup, mustard, mayo, everything, but not too much. Too much, it just ruins it, because if the bread is soggy, that's the whole experience over. I love pickles, lettuce, tomato, everything.
Okay.
Onions.
I'm sort of imagining Steve Martin taking your order.
Why?
Kind of like, have you seen the Muppet movie?
No.
That's great. He does a little cameo as a waiter for Miss Piggy, and
am I Miss Piggy?
Right. Well, no, not at all. But by the time he enters the scene, you can tell he has already had enough of her. Yeah. Kind of.
Okay. That is most waiters with me, to be fair.
Okay.
Yeah, but to be fair, most burgers come like that.
Yeah.
Already the split thing that I had one like that.
Where was that? Because that sounds epic.
Where was that? I can look on my delivery receipts.
Amazing.
I can't remember the name, but it was one of the only places near me that does it. Let me check.
I feel like that's
something
I need to try.
Vegan company. Dirty Vegan Burgers.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Absolute
I also had not so cheesy fries, the crispy chicken nuggets as well. So.
God, you know how to live.
I do.
That's fabulous. Okay, well, you got another one? How many more have you got, actually?
Wait, what is that, 4? 5?
That's 4, I think.
Okay, so is that 4? Yeah, it is. Okay, so 5. I love avocado on Marmite toast.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. I want to say I actually invented it.
I feel like you did.
I want to say that because a few years ago, before lockdown, I did start promoting it quite a lot. And I think I started a trend.
You should have patented it.
I know. But anyway, it's, a little bit of vegan butter, a little bit of Marmite, not too much. I don't like when the Marmite is like swimming.
Sure.
And then mashed avocado with lime.
Wow.
some chili flakes, some chia seeds on sourdough.
Amazing.
Sourdough, yeah.
I'm not sure how that would be.
I take it very seriously. My presentation is really important. It's delicious. Do you like Marmite?
I love Marmite.
You would love it then. You would love it. It is incredible.
I'm thrilled to try it. In fact, avocado toast was chosen by Ivana Lynch as well.
Was it?
But she spreads her toast with hummus first,
And then avocado. I've had that. It is okay. It's not as good as the Marmite. That's my personal opinion.
I feel like I'm gonna, if we get one more submission with avocado toast, I'm gonna do a taste test of all three.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I'm gonna be
I think you should taste the Marmite one anyway.
I will.
Next time you're making it, just
I
put
promise.
that layer on.
I promise.
Yeah.
I mean, at what point did that come to you? Because that would never occur to me, and I've tried some strange.
It was at the beginning of COVID, and it was like, I think.
Well, we were all in a terrible state.
We were. We really were. And I was feeling at the beginning very adventurous with food. I was really getting into lots of different things, recipes and stuff. So that was just one of my many inventions of the time, and one of my bright ideas. And then slowly got less interested in cooking, to be honest, as the days went by. Yeah, with everything.
You've got 2 recipe books out.
Yes.
What's been your biggest disaster? Like, what recipe has not made the cut that you thought, this is a great idea, and then tried it and gone, this is not going to fly?
But I think potentially when I was making the book, there were maybe a few too many pasta recipes.
I don't agree. You can't have too many. You can't have too many.
I think maybe we had to shortlist because majority of them were pasta. So yeah.
What's your most out there pasta topping?
Pasta topping, ketchup probably.
Ketchup.
Not on the pasta, but with mac and cheese. I think that's a bit. It's a bit of a niche thing, isn't it?
Well, no, I got time for that because I always like, we never had this at home. It would just be plain mac and cheese. Mm-hmm. And we would call it macaroni cheese because we were British.
Yes.
And, but sometimes you go out and you'd have macaroni cheese like at school or whatever, and there'd be a slice of tomato on the top.
Yes, with the cheese. That is true.
And it felt kinky, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it is. It's quite like a young, kiddish kind of children's way of eating. I actually think sometimes I eat like a child. But ketchup, I think, is probably my most niche thing. I can't really think of anything else that's unique.
Do you eat ketchup with a lot of stuff?
No.
Okay.
I don't actually. It's not that good. But if I'm getting a burger and stuff, obviously. You can't.
I'll
get it out. Is ketchup vegan?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Actually, I made my own.
You made your own organic, like a homemade tomato sauce.
I made literally ketchup.
Oh, really?
I did an online cookery course with a guy called Vanilla Black, he's worth following on Instagram.
Has he got a restaurant?
They had one. They wound it up because of COVID, and now he does online cookery. And he taught me how to make ketchup. It was brilliant.
That is great.
I really enjoyed it.
Sustainable.
Yeah, well, true.
Because the plastic and everything.
Oh, the plastic.
Yeah.
Goddamn plastic. Okay. You got another one?
Yes. So my final one is
dog pee.
Dogs for breakfast.
Sure.
No, I'm joking. This is actually my husband. So yes, my last favorite thing, because you said it could be either a food or
it can be whatever you want. Yeah.
Yeah, is caramel chocolate bars.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which ones?
The Nomo ones. Have you tried them? Yeah.
I think so, yeah. So this hasn't got like caramel in it. It's like
it has.
It's got like liquid caramel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hang on.
It's got the squares, and inside each square has got the caramel.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's really good.
They did it.
And they did it really well.
Wow.
They do boxes of I think 24, so I get a few of those. And
a few boxes.
Yes, because genuinely I eat one most days. So Nomo, they're my favorites. Shout out to Nomo. They've really nailed it with the vegan chocolate, because I think vegan chocolate was quite lacking for a while, unless you liked dark chocolate.
Yeah. And who likes dark chocolate? I got no time for that.
I made myself like dark chocolate because I needed chocolate in my life.
Yeah. Well, we all went through those dark years of kind of going, yeah, this is fun.
I can do it. Yeah.
I'm sophisticated. I can drink red wine and everything. Yeah, no, I think, who wants that? I want cocktails and I want creamy milk chocolate.
Yeah, I know. It's so much better.
Yeah. So, and is that a hangover from, let's say that this caramel bar may have been somewhat inspired by previous non-vegan caramel-based chocolate bars. Was that a thing in your childhood?
Yes.
And
Galaxy.
Was that the one?
Always my favorite, yeah. And actually, those kind of, I need to think of their actual name now because I'm thinking of the original. Love Raw.
Yes.
They've got those amazing bars with the wafer.
Kinder Buenos, I think, is what you're thinking of.
I didn't want to say it, but
you can say it. It's fine.
Kinder Bueno, and they've recreated them, made them vegan. They're amazing. Can eat those a lot as well. They're really good.
Did you have was there a ritual? Was this an after school thing? When were you doing this?
There were no rules in my house. It was really just, if she's eating, it's great. If she likes it, we will give it to her, because when you've got a really stubborn child who's very set in their ways and who's very fussy, I think your main concern does become can we feed her today? Yeah. So I think there weren't any rules if I wanted to eat. Chocolate, there was a bit more strict rules. You couldn't really just eat chocolate all day. But I think at school you could just go to the shops, couldn't you? So
sure. How did you get then from being that child to this acai bowl embracing wellness? I think actually veganism I think forced me to have to try a lot of things, and I think before that my diet was just very beige. It still is. I definitely eat a lot more vegetables and fruits and things like that, because I went through a phase where there weren't all these amazing alternatives. So that was really, eating a whole food vegan diet was like what I did for a good year. And I love all those foods. They're all so good. So now I eat them so much more. So it's great. Amazing. It's kind of nice that you got that sort of side benefit of vegan.
Oh, it was such a side benefit for my health. If I carried on that way, I think I would have been very unhealthy. So it's a really nice side bonus.
That's awesome. Lucy Watson, it's been lovely to talk to you.
You too.
What should people do? Should people go and buy your cookbooks? What are they called?
People can do whatever they want. Feed me vegan if you're interested.
Yeah. I have it with a comma in my head. Feed me vegan. Yep, it could work like that. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Get in the kitchen. Yeah.
It does work like that. I think, if you are, the first book was created purely for new vegans who are overwhelmed, because I know what it's like if you have just become vegan and you're like, oh my God, what am I going to eat? So I created all the kind of staple recipes and I made them really easy. So that is, for new vegans. And the second one's a bit for maybe vegans that are a bit more like advanced in the
level 2 to 3 vegans. Sure.
Yes, exactly.
Nice. Well, it's been an absolute joy to learn about the food you love and the food you hate. No onions. I'll remember that.
Never.
No. Lucy Watson, thanks very much.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
And there we shall leave it. Just a reminder that we are online. You can go to veganlifemag.com where there's lots of articles and recipes and stuff like that. But also we're on the socials. It's a veganlife_podcast where there's probably going to be like exclusive video clips and stuff from the podcast. Who knows? You may even get to see the dog doing the dirty deed. I don't know. So yes, join us for all of that. Do share the podcast. That would be brilliant. It's the best way to help the podcast grow and help us keep doing it. And a reminder that next week we're going to be looking at bread. So do join us for that. In the meantime, from me, Jake Yap, thanks for listening and goodbye. This has been a Swanburst Media production.